Meanwhile, Vietnam had proposed strategies to help international community fight the COVID-19. That and more from our EBC correspondent in Hanoi, Charlene Navaja. Hello, Charlene.
Xin chào, Alma. Xin chào to all the
Hi.
viewers.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah, the updates in Vietnam. So yesterday I spoke about the conversation between the Prime Minister's Nguyen Xuan Phuc and the Swedish government. So today it's between the phone call of the Foreign Minister Pham Binh Minh and the Australian Foreign Minister Maurice Payne. So they had the phone call yesterday to look into bilateral and regional cooperation in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic's complex developments. So the Deputy Prime Minister Minh highlighted Vietnam and ASEAN's effort in response to the outbreak, emphasizing the importance of regional and international cooperation in this regard, including the collaboration between ASEAN and Australia, and applauding the two countries' frequent effective contact amid the pandemic. He asked both sides to continue with their efforts to promote cooperation in all spheres via existing mechanisms to sustain the development of their strategic partnership. And then for the part of Prime Minister Payne, she spoke highly of Vietnam's initiatives and leadership as ASEAN chair in 2020. And she also affirmed that Australia wished to work more closely with Vietnam in the fight against COVID-19 within both bilateral and ASEAN-Australia partnership framework. So the same with Vietnam's relationship to Swedish government. Foreign Minister Payne also appreciated Vietnamese government's effective medical and consular support for Australian citizens affected by the pandemic, and said her country's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade would coordinate with the Department of Education and other relevant agencies to continue creating favorable conditions for Vietnamese students who are in Australia now. So during their phone call, Alma, they both agreed to increase the sharing of experience in COVID-19 prevention and control. That's including the possibility of cooperating to develop vaccines, to produce and trade medical supplies. Both also agreed to organize an annual meeting between the two foreign ministers, slated for the third quarter of 2020. That's either in Australia or just online, to discuss measures to enhance their strategic partnership. The meeting would focus on bilateral ties in healthcare, food security, mitigating the outbreaks in socioeconomic impacts, the recovery of trade and tourism, and other aspects once the pandemic is over. So the Deputy Prime Minister Minh made the suggestions while addressing the ministerial video conference on the Alliance for Multilateralism on COVID-19 on Thursday. And Alma, these are the COVID-19 strategies Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Minh proposed to help the international community. So first is enhancing international solidarity and multilateralism, cooperation with United Nations and World Health Organization being the center, and increasing operation efficiency of the organization to ensure ability to support developing countries. So within its ability, Vietnam will contribute to this effort and be willing to provide made in Vietnam medical equipment and materials. So yesterday I mentioned about Vietnam donating masks. So those were actually made from Vietnam. And second is to promote sharing of information, experience, and research results. And vaccines and medicines must be available, affordable, and accessible to all. And the third one is stopping the activities that hinder disease prevention and control efforts. So particularly power politics and unilateral actions contrary to international law and supporting the UN Secretary General's call for a global ceasefire and his appeal to waive sanctions that can undermine countries' capacity to respond to the pandemic. And the fourth one is to prepare the post COVID 19 development plan, which includes coordinated policies and measures to stimulate the economy, trade in investment, stabilize the financial market, and restore the confidence of businesses and people. And just an additional report on school reopening, Alma. So many provinces and cities, particularly at high risk of COVID-19 outbreak, will continue to keep schools closed, while others have not decided on a date to reopen schools yet. So the closure of schools in the northern part of Hanam will last until May 3rd. School leaders and teachers have been told to guide students to study at their home and to assign exercises. The province's Department of Education and Training is also expected to cooperate with television and radio to broadcast lessons, especially literature, mathematics, English, and for the ninth and 12th graders. The northeastern coastal province of Guangning will continue school closure until April 30, while the Mekong Delta province of Dong Thap will keep schools closed until May 2nd. Ninth and 12th graders in the Mekong Delta province of Kamau will go back to school on April 20th. The other grades will continue to stay at home until the Department of Education and Training has a new announcement. So schools are expected to divide ninth and 12th grade students into smaller groups to teach. Social distancing should be carried out also when parents pick up their children at schools. And schools are asked to spray and disinfect the facilities to ensure safety for both teachers and students. So Hanoi and Da Nang are included on the list of high-risk cities for COVID-19. So they are expected to extend the social distancing. So just like the report yesterday, it was extended to April 22nd, but it can be extended to April 30 or even longer. So depending on specific conditions. So the schools in Hanoi and Da Nang have been closed from April 16 and will announce the later time to reopen. In Ho Chi Minh City, which is also on the list of high-risk cities, the time for reopening schools has not been decided yet. Alma?
Much for that update, and we'll see you back tomorrow or next week. Please keep safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you so much, Alma. You take care too. So this has been Charlene Navaja bringing you live updates from Hanoi, Vietnam. We live in interesting times.